Okay, so now it's time to put substitution into action. And in our first example here, as you imagine, things start pretty easy for us because we have a variable that's already by itself. That's where we have to get to as one of our first steps of substitution is to get a variable by itself, and we've already got that. So then what I'm ready to do is I'm ready to take what y equals and I'm ready to substitute it into the other equation so that all of the variables are wearing the same jersey. So I'm going to go where y is in the second equation. I'm going to replace y with what I have circled in blue. So I'm going to put it right there. I like to circle and draw arrows. It helps make things a little bit less confusing. It might help you as well. So in the second equation, I now have 6x minus 5. Instead of writing y, though, I'm going to write this little bit more complicated thing. Now the bad news is it's a little more complicated. The good news is now all of my variables are wearing the same jersey. They're all on the same team. Equals negative 19. So what I've done, is substituted one equation into the other so that they're all one variable. And the good news about one variable things is we know how to solve those. We spent our first couple months of the class doing it. So I'll distribute the negative 5, and I'll have 6x minus 10x, negative times the negative should be a positive, about made a mistake there. 10x, negative 5 times the negative 9 would be plus 45. Equals a negative 19. And we'll just continue plugging along here. Combine your like terms. That's 16x plus 45 equals negative 19. We'll subtract the 45. That will give you 16x equals a negative 64. You're more than welcome to use calculators. Full availability to that. So make sure you use it if you need to, so you don't mess up. You divide by 16 to get x by itself. You get x equals a negative 4. So there is part of my answer. Now, we're solving the same types of problems we did when we learned graphing. So our answers should look the same way. We should get an ordered pair. It's just now instead of doing it on a graph, we're doing it with algebra. A little bit different approach. So I still have to find my y coordinate. All I have is x. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to plug it back into one of the original equations. It doesn't matter which one. I usually go to the easiest looking one, which to me is clearly the top one. The numbers are smaller. So I'm going to take negative 4, I'm going to put it into the top where there's an x. And I'm going to go over here where I have a little bit different space to work, so don't confuse it with my other work. Wherever you have room, do y equals negative 2 times x is negative 4 minus 9. And you'll end up finding y. Negative 2 times negative 4 is a positive 8. Minus 9 is a negative 1. So your ordered pair answer, this is not your answer. Your answer is an ordered pair, negative 4, negative 1. This is what we need to see somewhere on your page. So this XY combination is what you would plug in and would work for both.